This is season 5, episode number 9. We are 6 episodes away till Dorian is the Bachelor on his own show. It's the most requested episode, but enough about me. Let's get into today's episode. Okay, so we have an awesome Bachelorette who, if I could have request a box, along with all of her contestants, you guys just hang out in the lobby for a little bit. But we have an incredible episode today, and let me give a shout out to my top gifters from my last episode. At the number 1 spot, the top gifter was the Phoenix. Big pleasure having you. Number 2, the silver medal goes to Bands. She was actually one of the contestants also. Octavia at the number 3 spot. At the number 4 spot, we had Blue Eyed Devil. And then at the number 5 spot, we had Blake. Blake, it's always a pleasure having him over in the stream. He is somebody who's big on the app also. So just a big little round of applause for all of our awesome contestants. All right, guys. So, guys and gals, while the show is going on, you guys are going to be sending some gifts. I'm going to be giving you some sign language that let you guys know that I appreciate y'all. But it's kind of hard to run the number 1 dating show on the app and also say hi to all you guys, even though I see y'all. But the ladies in red that you see there, my lovely bouncers, will be the eyes and ears of me in the chat. So what are you guys tuning into? We got a Bachelorette on today's episode. We got 3 amazing contestants that are going to be competing to win over said Bachelorette. Speaking of Bachelorette, how about we get to know her a little bit? We'll have her in here. I can have my other contestants. Please request the box. How are you, beautiful? How are you doing?
I'm doing swell, handsome. How are you?
I am doing fantastic. I'm excited for you to be our Bachelorette. And
I am too.
So, guys,
this is going to be fun.
It's going to be fantastic. All right, so I have some random facts about you. I have more than the usual. So I'm going to be giving you random facts throughout the episode. All right, so it says here at the number 1 random fact about you is I have an uncontrollable addiction to tattoos and Starbucks.
I do.
Whoa, she has. Whoa, you had that on hand. Wow, and tattoos. I was in one of your lives, and you were actually getting tattooed. Whoa, look at that.
We did. I'm not going to show it yet because my artist tapped out. It's a big piece, but we got a lot done of it, and I'm really excited for that one to be done. She's going to be incredible.
Yeah, I've never been attracted to a coloring book, but you sure do take the cake. All right. And the next one, it says here, you are an adrenaline junkie. You love roller coasters, zip lining, and dreams to skydive one day.
Yes, most definitely. Hopefully this summer, before it ends. Goals.
Yeah, that's always fun. That sounds like a good time. A little bit of a rush there. And speaking of that, let's zip into our next fact about you. It says here, is a silly brat who strives to make everyone laugh.
Yes, I'm a big goofball. I also talk back a lot, but in a fun way, and try to get everybody laugh and have a good time. Good vibes.
That's awesome. You want to hear a knock-knock joke?
Yes.
All right, knock-knock.
Who's there?
Honeybee.
Honeybee who?
Honeybee, a deer for me, please, and let's get into your next fact. It says here that you have a big... I was adopted. I must have been. It says here that you have a big heart for exotic animals. What type of animals are we talking? Just all the above, the endangered species, or they're ones that weigh on your heart more than others?
I love more than others would be the snakes, the monitors, the tarantulas, anything with shock value.
Whoa, so like some people are scared of some of these things that you said, but you kind of attack it with the tenacity of love. That, definitely we're gonna have to get some boys that are made of more than so what are they, snakes and snails and puppy dog tails?
No puppy dog tails or snails, just the snakes and the lizards and the
Powerpuff
spiders.
Girls. But anyways,
and maybe one day a sloth. Who knows? That is on my list. I really want to own a sloth.
I'm going to bring in a couple of your contestants here that we have for today's show. We're still missing one. I think if we could have Real Deal. if one of my admins could go grab Real Deal. And welcome, gentlemen. Welcome to today's episode. All right, so I got some random facts about you guys, and welcome to the stream, by the way. I've seen Artman before. Let's start off with you, Artman. How are we doing?
Dorian, I'm doing great, my man. How have you been? It's been a bit since I've been in your streams, brother. I've been busy as heck lately, but it's great seeing you, my man. How you been?
I've been fantastic, but enough about me. Let's get into you. You're on today's.
Oh, frozen.
Uh-oh.
Am I still frozen?
Oh, no.
No, you guys are good.
Is it me?
The host is frozen.
Just the host is frozen. He'll be back. Technical difficulties at their finest.
Yep.
After these messages.
That's a long time to be
this
frozen.
This message has been brought to you by Dorian Gray. Welcome to
There he is.
Rate
he's
the Game.
Oh. Oh, there's a lot of technical issues going on over here. I hope I'm not next. I'll be all right. So, while that's going down, I mean, how are you feeling? Are you nervous?
A little bit.
Yeah.
But more excited
Am I
than
here?
anything.
Can
It'll
you
be
guys see
fun.
me now?
Oh, here you go. You're back.
There we go. Yay.
Awesome. Yeah,
You're
sorry
glitching
about
a
that.
little
Sometimes am I better now? Am I better now?
Yeah, you're smooth.
It's
you're
okay.
smoothed out now. Yep. Well.
All is good.
All right. Sorry about that. Yeah. Let me get Art back in the box. Yeah. Sometimes the Wi-Fi is actually better than cell phone service. That says a lot about me. All right, Artman. It says here you have 13 siblings. A little bit of a Brady Bunch complex as you load. Is he still loaded for y'all, or is he in here?
He's black screen for me.
He's just spinning for me.
Yeah, he's just spinning. Okay. Well, we'll do Earthkind. Earthkind, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you. Just want to say thank you for having me today. It's a pleasure to be here.
Always. Nice hair, by the way.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Okay. It says here, and thank you for being making a pun just because it says you are a retired hairstylist and looking like and looking just like one. How was it cutting hair? How long did you do it, and what made you retire?
I did it for about 17 years. I'm 39 years old. So I did it consistently in salon for about 17 years. And I recently retired. So yeah, I went on to bigger and better things, so to speak. So yeah, I tried to test out my skill set in other fields. So I went into property management straight after, and I went into sales straight after that, and then started my own business, and then I'm currently here. I haven't worked for anybody else for, I don't know, something like 11 years now. So
wow. Well, yeah, I definitely appreciate that. And like I said, if we could get Real Deal or one of our other contestants to join the box, we need 3 to play the game. All right, and I'm going to get into your other fact. It says only drink distilled water. Well, how long you've been doing that?
So I've been drinking distilled water for about just over 3 years now.
Whoa. Is that a little pricey?
No, actually, it's not. I distill my own water, so it's a little less damaging on the pocket. But it's better for your skin. It's better for your overall health as well. So what it really does is it purifies the entire process of the water, and I just add the extra minerals in, the essential minerals in myself.
Okay, well, that is awesome, and I hope you guys are taking notes. I didn't know how to do it, but now I do. Well, if anybody is parched, hopefully the Bachelorette can quench all of our thirst. She's looking fantastic. I'm giving you a compliment. All right, moving it right along over to Artman. Artman says over here, you have 13 siblings. You got a Brady Bunch family. Wow, your parents were busy, huh?
Apparently, so I do have a stepbrother and a stepsister in there, so I mean, my mom remarried after my real father passed away. But yeah, I got a lot of siblings. But hey, Christmases were good. Gifts from everyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is awesome. Definitely a lot of gifts to be
handed out. Tell me the
out
Wi-Fi didn't go out again, not me.
Am I good? Am I good? Am I okay?
Mm-hmm.
Am I good?
Yeah.
Or can y'all?
Yeah, you're glitching a little bit for me, but overall we can hear you what you're saying. Well, I can.
Hear me.
Well, yeah, maybe not.
What about now? What about also? It says here are. Again,
yeah, you're glitching.
We're gonna figure this out together.
Glitching, host.
Hold on.
The glitch is real.
Am I good now?
I hear you.
Yep.
Okay. All right. At least you can hear me.
That's good.
All right. All right. Art. It says here that I was on or attached to submarines and submarine support for 20
years.
Hello.
Yeah, for over 20 years. I was a U.S. Navy sailor. I did operate and was on subs for over 20 years and support services for them.
Nice.
Under pressure.
I'm going to go ahead and leave that comment alone.
You're good.
I know, right? I feel like I'm sinking. I feel like I'm sinking into depression. Anyways, all right, we got Real Deal. Let me unmute you.
How you doing, Dorian?
How we doing?
Good to see you, buddy.
I'm doing.
What up, Real
Other
Deal?
than the glitch, doing fantastic.
What's up, Lucky? How are you?
Good. How are you, darling?
I'm good.
Hey, look, we got some.
How'd you get
we already got some commonality.
I'm sorry, you guys both clashed there. I couldn't hear you.
All right, so Real Deal, I have some facts about you. It says here, father of 4. So you got a full house over there yourself.
Yeah, my kids are a little grown too. So my youngest is 12 and my oldest is going to be 20 in a month. So.
Wow, yeah, definitely old enough to take care of themselves. That's for sure. And it says
they're learning. They're learning. They're learning.
Awesome. It says here, I have a culinary background. What type of? So if you had the chance to cook the Bachelorette a dish, paint us a picture of what that looks like.
Like I'm an Italian guy, so I love Italian food. I'm probably gonna go with like a roasted garlic chicken Alfredo, maybe a Caesar salad, something like that. Throw in like a tiramisu for a dessert, you know.
Now you're a man after my own heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, dang. Yeah, definitely. He's covering. You know, he got the
Killing
side salad, a little bit of dessert. Yeah, definitely know how to strum. Definitely know how to strum the ears for sure. Okay, all right. So we got to know the contestants a little bit, and let's get into the show. I asked Lucky Charm to come up with some questions for each one of these guys. I think we're gonna have Earth be contestant number 1, Art be contestant number 2, and then we'll have Real Deal be contestant number 3. So without further ado, what question do you have lined up for contestant number 1?
All right, contestant number 1. What is one thing you learned from your last relationship?
The one thing that I learned from my last relationship is to never give too much too soon.
Very good.
Okay, so kind of like hold off on kind of giving too much too soon and letting the natural rhythm and flows of the relationship kind of find their way. That makes some good sense. All right, going with contestant number 2, which is going to be Artman. What question do you have lined up for him?
All right, contestant number 2. What is one of your biggest fears?
One of my biggest fears, I'm actually going through it right now. My So it didn't say, but I have 3 daughters, and right now they are visiting their grandpa, their mother's father, who I've never met. So I fear for my kids all the time because I know what kind of life is out there and how dangerous people can be.
Yes, I know that feeling. I do.
Yeah, that's a healthy fear. They say when you have kids. Yeah, they say when you have kids that you finally have somebody else to be worried and concerned about. Right? So I can't relate, but I can definitely understand. All right, moving over to Real Deal. What question do you have lined up for contestant number 3?
All right, Real Deal. What does your perfect date look like?
Perfect date. I'd have to stay somewhere probably like beach line, go for a walk on the beach or something like that. You know, just trying to get to know one another, I think, is key, especially on the first interaction. So, you know, having those types of moments that you can, you know, really engage with the other person, man, is key. You know, beach setting, maybe at, you know, dinner, picnic, something like that on the beach. You know, just engaging. That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah. You know, crazy enough, I've never been on a picnic before. I don't know.
No.
I don't know what to do. I know something about a blanket, something about a bottle of wine, something about sandwiches. I don't know.
Little basket.
You need to fix that.
Yeah, I'm my grandma's favorite grandson. Anyways, back over to contestant number 1. What question do you have lined up for him?
All right. What's the best advice someone has given you?
I don't know if this is the best advice, but it came from a very wise man, you know, and that was my grandfather. And and he said, never trust the 3 W's because they will never last. And those 3 W's were the weather, the wealth, and the women.
Smart man.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we had a grandfather that was teaching some trust, and then Artman talked about him not trusting the grandpa. So we got grandpa trust seems to be a kind of theme on today's episode. All right, well, we're gonna wait for Artman to get his stuff together. So we're gonna move to contestant number 3. What question do you have lined up for him?
Amongst your friends, what are you best known for?
He's on mute.
Yes.
You're muted.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, you gotta unmute me, my friend. Sorry for the noise, guys. I'm chilling outside right now, man.
Free to speak.
That was hilarious, by the way, Earth. I just have to say, I died of laughter. That was great. I think humor, man. Humor is my best known quality. To all my friends that are around me, they all say that I'm a funny guy. So I think that's definitely my key trait. Humor.
Well, it's also a quality of the Bachelorette. So you guys definitely, it's nice to be able for y'all to connect on that sense. All right, back over to contestant number 2, Artman. What do you have lined up for Artman?
All right. What is the biggest boundary you have in relationships?
Biggest boundary. I would have to say, oh my God. So I've been in 2 major relationships. I was married twice.
Beauty
is trying to take things too quick. Like I gotta take things slow. I can't move too quick, right? So if I find someone that I like, that I want to get to know, that I love, right, or that I think I'm gonna love, I can't go on a date or 2 and expect to like go jumping into bed or anything like that, right? So my boundary is basically taking the time in a relationship, and I've learned that over not 1 but 2 relationships.
Yeah, pumping on the brakes seems to be the motto of some of your answers, and
Right.
I appreciate you being so transparent on today's episode. Okay, I forgot all about the official Rate the Date name tag. So the person who won the last episode, who was the top gifter of the show, was Phoenix. So she's going to be the official, she's going to be on the official Rate the Date name tag, Foenix. Congratulations, Phoenix. But that's not the only time for you guys to make the official Rate the Date name tag, because the person who is the top gifter from this episode is going to be featured on here for the next episode. All right, back over to contestant number one, contestant number one. We got Earth. What question you have lined up for him? And I think this is his third question, so we'll have one more question apiece after this.
What would your dream job be?
Oh, my dream job is what I'm doing right now, which is pretty much do whatever I want. My dream job is to make sure that I help people to change their lives for the better, change their lifestyles for the better, their health, and also just mentoring people. That's what I do currently, and I love my job. It's very rewarding. I get to meet a wide range of people from all walks of life, and it would be to mentor and coach people into a better lifestyle.
Nice.
Well, that is awesome, and thank you for sharing. I got to book an appointment with you. You made it. You packaged it so well. All right, so you guys are watching the #1 dating show on the app. We have the beautiful Bachelorette who is here on today's episode. We have these 3 contestants that are competing to win a virtual date with our Bachelorette. After one more question apiece, they're going to we're going to go into round number 2. Unfortunately, in round number 1, somebody's going to get eliminated, but that's okay, because even the eliminated contestants go into a group chat. If they don't call me Dory, anybody deserves a date for no reason. We go into round number 2. We double up the questions, and then the winner is picking. She gets to know that person off of the platform, the book of face, the snap of all chats, the gram of all instas, whatever the kids are calling it these days. And they tune back in and next Friday, closer to 12 p.m. Eastern time, and they give us a bit of an update. Speaking of updates, I think we're going to be hearing what happened from our last episode. That Bachelor picked one of our lovely contestants. So we'll be hearing from them at the end of the episode. So don't go anywhere. All right, back over to the lovely Lucky Charm. You got a question lined up for Art. What question do you have lined up for him?
I do. What are you dying to try in your next relationship? Man, we're nailing Art Man with the hard one.
So I love to travel. I've been in the military, in the Navy on submarines. I didn't get to travel to too many places. I did go to Hawaii. I went to Alaska and Georgia, right? But I'd like to go to more like exotic spots. I'd like to go to, I'd like to see the beaches in Mexico. I would like to see Bora Bora, and I really like to see parts of Asia. Even though I've never been there, I really want to go see the culture. So I want to take a trip and just go with the person that I love, and no matter what we run into, we'll be there together. So that's really what I want to do.
Yeah, Artman sounds like a good place. What was that one place in the Shawshank Redemption? What was it, Kiwantanegwo or something like that? Somebody in the chat, y'all know the beach or Google it. There was a beach from the Shawshank.
I think it was Bora
Something
Bora.
like that.
I think it was Bora Bora.
Yeah, it was like Kiwataneo or something like that. I don't know. Kill me. All right, so back over into the show. We got a question lined up for Real Deal. What question do you have lined up for him?
What are you most passionate about?
You might want to unmute.
Oh yeah, the unmute.
I have a few passions, man, but I think that my biggest passion is my kids. I love my kids to death, and I had a really, really different upbringing as a child. So I wanted to make sure that I broke that chain and broke those links from my family to my kids, and that's exactly what I've done. So, yeah.
Well, mission accomplished. I think that's that should be something. If you, they say, people that come from broken homes make good parents because they give what they didn't have. I believe that to be the case.
Dorian, that is absolutely truth right there, man. I wouldn't be the man that I am, and I wouldn't be the father that I am had I not gone through what I've gone through. And yeah, it's definitely made me into the father that I am, and that I wish that I had.
Hey, well, it sounds like unfortunately you saw a couple eggs crack, but you were able to make an omelet. All right, back over to our last round of questions. We have lined up for contestant number 1 his final question of the first round. So make all these count. Definitely Lucky Charm. So question for number 1 is going to be,
What is the biggest risk you've ever taken?
That's a heavy question. The biggest risk that I have ever taken is
retiring as a hairstylist. He could be Paul. What's his name? The big hair guy, Paul. It leaves me something. I don't know. Paul Giamatti. Fight me. I don't know. That's
Paul Mitchell.
Couldn't get it, Lucky.
Wasn't Paul Mitchell bold?
I have my cos license too. I was raised in salons.
I cut hair also. We got that in common. All right, get out of here. All right, Earth.
So the biggest risk
back on
that
you.
I think I've taken is traveling the world. You know, and doing that, you come across a lot of challenges. You never know, especially when you go to countries because I've been to 22 or 24 different countries, and most of them I've traveled by myself. And you know, traveling to the most adventurous was traveling up into the Himalayas, and that was probably one of the biggest risks because you know we went up there with my grandmother, and obviously the air quality gets really dense, so you know, risking my grandmother's life, you know, going all the way up into the mountains at her age was probably a really big risk that I can think of from the top of my head. With more time, I can probably come up with some more risks that I may have taken that might have been greater than that. But traveling the world is a big risk, I think. I can
Yeah, I would agree with you. You know, I also traveled and it was a big risk. I was the black sheep, and they were like, "Oh, he'll come back." And then after a year, they were like, "Well, you haven't asked us for money, so I guess we support what you're doing." All right, but enough about me. All right, back over to Artman. What question do you have lined up, sweetheart, for contestant number 2?
All right. What is the weirdest place you've ever been?
So I can't say how deep I've been, but on a submarine, when you go so far, real quick story, we put up lines on a submarine, and the further we go deep, the lines droop because of all the pressure that's actually put on the hull of the ship. So when you say you've been down so far deep, and I can't mention how deep because I've signed an NDA, right? It's really amazing. Yeah, it's really amazing on what you hear, what you feel, and like just the ambiance of what it is. That, or when coming up from raising the boat, the ship, the submarine, right? And you get on top of the sub and you're surfaced, and you get to stick your head outside of the sub. You open it up for the first time, and you get to see the morning sunshine as the sun is rising. Less than 1% of 1% of the people in the world have ever done that, and I am one of that 1%. So that's actually absolutely amazing.
Quit bragging. Wow. Oh, but no, that definitely, thank you for sharing that experience with us, and definitely being down deep and feeling that sensation while you're around a couple of seamen. Thank you for sharing that. All right, back over to contestant number 3.
Wow,
what question do you have lined up for him for the final question of the first round?
Okay, real deal. Are you intimidated by women that make more money?
Absolutely not.
All right, that's
that doesn't intimidate me at all. Now, a woman that can, you know, beat me up, that's probably a little bit more intimidating. I'm a mixed martial artist, so you know, if she can take me out, then there's some skill there involved.
I can take you.
Well, definitely, okay. Especially if
I'm intimidated.
Especially
backing up.
Yeah, especially if she's an Olympic boxer. Hey, now, too soon, too late. All right. Unfortunately, that ends our final round of questions.
Not soon enough.
They've made it look easy. Can we give a round of applause for our lovely contestants going through those round of questions? All right, Lucky Charm, rather than picking the person that you want to eliminate, how about you pick one of the contestants that you want moving into round number 2? So without further ado, and give us a little bit of a reason why. I know it's hard, but it has to happen. This is not the throuple episode. So who is going to be our first person moving into round number 2? And give us a reason why.
Let's start with Earth. I think he might have some fascinating stories and intelligent, good conversation to have, which I find intriguing. So we'll start there.
Earth to Earth, you're moving into round number 2. You activated that sapiosexual side of herself and was able to stimulate her with what you kind of do for a living. So it seemed to definitely work out in your favor this round. All right, moving to the second person, unfortunately, where there can only be one more. So without further ado, who is going to be the second person moving into round number 2? And give us a reason why. Can I get a drum roll, please?
I have to say Real Deal. Although Artman, you are incredibly amazing. Real Deal makes me laugh a lot. So I want to see where it goes with that. But I love your whole heart for coming. I do. And if I could keep all 3 of you, I would.
Let's swap the questions around. We definitely needed to swap the questions around.
I know you got nailed with all the hard ones. I
didn't get one funny question.
You pulled them all though. You did good.
Yeah, but it's okay, Artman. You made us laugh in some sets. But Artman, before you go, I think you have a show. Do you want to plug your show real quick?
I do have a show. It is called Fake Facts. I do it Wednesdays at 12 a.m., 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So it's 12 a.m. Eastern. That's Tuesday going into Wednesday at midnight. Fake Facts. We talk about silly laws and customs from around the world. It's a great show. Right now, I'm kind of in the midst of work, and that's why I'm in a hotel. My Wi-Fi is bad, so that's why I'm not at my usual background. So I will go back, and I'm going to start the show up again here probably within the next 2 weeks. You guys keep an eye out for it. And Dorian, hey man, love you. You guys keep it up out there. Real deal, Earth. Congratulations, guys.
Always a pleasure having you. All right, and then we move into round number 2. So congratulations, gentlemen, for moving into round number 2. How about we switch things up a little bit and ask the lady in question some questions, no pun intended. So starting off with Real Deal, what is something you would like to know?
What's your perfect date?
Honestly,
about love.
I'm one of those sappy ass, I don't know, romantic types. I guess I'm a girl in some ways. So I would have to say like chilling in the back of a truck, staring at the stars, or going on a little adventure together somewhere new and exciting, or even just going on a drive and listening to tunes and doing carpool karaoke like asses and laughing a lot.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. I think right up my alley, at least. It sounds like a country song. In the words of Sam Hunt, love in the back of the truck. Tailgate down just us.
Love in the back of the truck. Good answer.
All right, back over to Earth. Earth, what question would you have lined up for her?
Mute me again, brother, so you can hear.
Okay. I would like to ask you, if you had the opportunity to go on a camping trip, and it was from Thursday to Monday, how do you think you would cope if all the food that was available was all vegan?
Just fine.
Ooh, that's a good question, and maybe a hint at his vegan lifestyle. So what do you think, Lucky Charm? How are you going to cope? You go from meat and potatoes.
I don't eat that much meat to begin with. I wouldn't say I'm a vegetarian or a vegan by any means, because once in a blue moon I'll have a burger or something. But I personally prefer veggie burgers over real burgers. So the cleaner taste and stuff makes me happy. So I'd be 100% fine with it.
Well, that's awesome. Dorian, I myself am actually a vegan. So Earth, I definitely connect with you on that question. Are you a vegan?
I am. 8 years.
I'm a little over 8. I'm 9. So we were vegan back before being vegan was a thing.
Right. Right.
All right, moving over to Real Deal. We're gonna have Real Deal be contestant number 1, and then we'll have Earth be contestant number 2. So I'm gonna unmute him. Are you ready, Real Deal, for your next question?
Yeah, I got my next question. If you could go anywhere on the planet.
No. We're done with her questions. Just back to me. And I got a question here that's coming from the chat. I had the chat send me messages and see if they had any questions to ask on today's episode. And this one comes from Nita. Nita says, how would you spice a date up where there was little to no communication? Like if you guys were out at the library, how would you make things interesting?
Now, do I answer that or does she answer that?
You answer that.
I answer that. How would I spice up the evening if we're at a library? I'm gonna just start talking. I'm gonna just start talking. I think like that's my quality traits are they come out when I speak. So I think that communication is key. I don't know that I would be in a situation where we're not talking because I'm so outgoing. You know what I mean? Those things just come out.
Yeah. But yeah, but at the movies, there's not a lot of talking. But so you said you'll go out the way, break a couple of rules, and and allow what your strengths are to play in. All right. What about you, Earth? If you go to a place, what if you guys are at a yoga class? How would you? Places to where there's little to no communication, and that's what you guys have lined up for the day. How do you add some spice, some flavor to the interaction?
Well, of course, we'll be surrounded by a load of people trying to focus on either their workout or their reading or something, very, serious where they'll be focusing on something. So I would lean over as far as I possibly can into Lucky's ear, and I would whisper as loud as I can a bunch of compliments in her ear, so the whole room or the whole library will be able to hear all the compliments that I'm flooding her with.
Oh, you said room. I thought you said womb with how spicy you were kind of stimulating her. Okay, all right. Each of you guys are playing to your strengths, so it could be any man's game. All right, back over to Lucky for these next set of questions. What question do you have lined up for Real Deal?
What values are most important to you?
Values?
We know your family lifestyle. We know the children.
Yeah, like obviously, everything to do with kids, so just trust, honesty are big things, respect, loyalty. These are values that I value big time. And I've tried to teach my children these separate things. I think they're huge. Respect and loyalty are the really big ones.
A lot of father vibes coming out from you today. I definitely dig and I can respect that. Moving back over to Earth, what question do you have lined up for him?
What are your personal goals?
That is a great question. My personal goals is to be as healthy as I possibly can, and is to never need a doctor, and to keep my loved ones as safe as possible by allowing them to also reap the benefits of great health, so that I myself can be surrounded by happy, healthy individuals for as long as I possibly live. Living life, without any kind of medical issues is very important to me.
Well, that is awesome. And definitely we have to be concerned with our health. I mean, we do live in America. We're always guzzling down sugary beverages and foods, and sodium's always skyrocketing our blood pressure. And pretty much, to keep away from things that are going to make us age or not live as long is always an outlook that I have also. So homeopathic remedies is right up my alley also. All right, moving back over to contestant number 1. What question do you have lined up for him, Lucky Charm?
All right. What is your favorite thing about yourself?
That's
I know, I hate that.
that's a difficult thing, man. My favorite thing about myself.
Get cocky.
Get cocky.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell me
I'd have to say my smile. I went through some pretty illegitimate things, man. As a kid, my teeth, my brackets all fell out and were really bad, and I was very ashamed of my smile for a long time. Just it was a very, very negative thing for me growing up. And I got all the dental work done, got all the stuff fixed up in my mouth, and I couldn't be prouder to smile now. So, that I think that's the one thing.
Well, give it to me.
Oh, thank you for.
Is it?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, and I love it. I love every second of it. I before it made me feel a lot different. And,
well, that is awesome, and thank you for the vulnerability. Real deal. Sounds like you're an awesome dad, but it's nice to always peel back those layers and get in tune with something that's a little bit more vulnerable for you. All right, what about contestant number 2? What do you have lined up for him?
All right. Do you think dating is easier or harder with the internet?
That's an easy one. It's definitely a lot harder. Because over the internet, people can be whoever they want to be, and you don't actually know what you're getting yourself into when you meet someone online. So I always have my guard up, when I'm meeting someone over the internet. So it is a lot harder, than it used to be, when meeting people in person, because you don't get that experience over the internet.
Yeah, I agree. And sometimes people want to date. Like I'm the Cupid of the app, and sometimes people want to habitually date online for eternity before actually making that leap. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Okay, before we get into the next round of questions, I have to let you guys know what you're tuning into. This is Rate the Date, the #1 dating show on the app. We have the beautiful Bachelorette on today's episode, and we have these 2 contestants left after a couple of questions in the first round. We have now entered into round number 2. They're going to get a couple more questions, and then the winner that she picks is going to get to know her off of the app, and they're going to be getting to know each other for a week. They're going to tune back in a little after 11 p.m. Eastern time and give us a bit of an update. Speaking of updates, we're going to have an update for you from last week's pick, and they're going to be letting us know how things have been going. All right, back into the show. Back over to you, Lucky Charm. You said you have a question for Real Deal. What question do you have lined up for contestant number 1?
All right. What are some of your relationship deal breakers?
Infidelity is the big one. All my major relationships have ended with cheating, and I'm not about it. I'm a very monogamous man. When I put myself into my partner, I put my whole of myself, all of me. And I feel like if I'm not getting that back, it's just, why am I there?
Yeah, well, the good thing is you can have your heart broken, or you can go through such a kind of relationship turmoil, but you're still open to and not cutting everybody off like sometimes people do when they experience love loss, or so to speak, or some type of hardship. So kudos to you. Back over to contestant number 2. What question do you have lined up for him?
If you could learn one skill instantly, what would it be?
How to make you laugh so much that you can't stop.
Ooh,
nice answer. That's all.
Yeah, amongst my
slick,
group of friends,
that was slick. I got to give you kudos. Slick.
Very slick.
Yeah, you got to be scared whenever he gets quiet on you, because he's thinking about exactly what to say.
Right. I see.
I bet you Earth was a mischievous little boy. I promise you. All right,
you can see it in his smile, can't you?
All right, moving it back over to contestant number 1. I think I have another question lined up from the chat. I think we have enough time for 2 more questions apiece, but we have a question coming out from the chat. This question is coming from Sinkwater, the names that people come up with. It says, what was a relationship quality that you had that your ex disliked?
That's me, and I got to answer this.
Yeah, unfortunately. I hope she didn't cheat on you also.
I'm getting all the good ones.
Right.
So like, I know that like my ex-wife, she hated it. I actually recognize it about myself. It's something I've really tried to change. I like to interrupt, and especially in
smile,
heated
right? Not the smile.
Yeah, no, it's the interruptions. It's the interruptions for sure. And it's, you know, like just letting our partners speak and letting their opinion be heard is a very, very good thing because it gives equalness to the relationship. And it's something that I lacked in my last relationship, and I think that it was a definite deterrent. So it's something that I've really tried to work on, you know, and especially in the streaming environment like this, you know, you have the ability to interrupt people all the time. And I've really tried to work on that even through here because I think that it turns over in other places.
Yeah, but the awesome transparency that we're getting from today's episode. Well, I can definitely appreciate the honesty coming from the boys today. All right, what about you, Earth? What would your ex-girlfriend say is a quality that she didn't quite like about you? When he gets quiet, you better watch out.
He's thinking.
That is a difficult one because, you know, my ex-girlfriend didn't really ever have anything negative to say about me, so to speak. I mean, most of the things that she used to complain about was, I don't know, maybe it was a complaint, you guys tell me, but, you know, she used to say that it was one of the best relationships that she's ever had. She never felt so secure and, you know, stable in the relationship. And I think that was because her previous relationships that she has were so unstable. And so I think that made her feel a little bit uncomfortable because she wasn't used to that. So, you know, I can't really say that she said anything negative about me personally because, you know, it was a great relationship, you know, and all the relationships that I've ever had were great relationships, and I will continue to always have great relationships because I value myself to be one of those types of people that will always be the best version of myself. And so I don't know if I can answer that question because, you know, it's a difficult one. I mean, it's a real difficult one for me to answer, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Well, I definitely appreciate you giving it some thought. You have the charm of like a cult leader. Almost. But I say that respectfully.
I appreciate that.
That was great.
I'm dead.
I mean it as a compliment, I promise. All right, we have time just for
I take it as
question,
a compliment. Thank you.
For the contestants. So make these count. These are going to be their last questions of the second round, unfortunately. So starting off with contestant number 1, what question do you have lined up for him?
Can I skip around in the questions and pick some out?
Yes, ma'am.
Heck yes.
Those are your questions. You can do whatever you want.
So, real deal. Which cheesy pickup line is your favorite?
Oh God. Like the pickup lines, I've never really vibed with it, man. I don't know. I've never really been that guy. I was very, very shy in my teenage years and younger.
All right, so let me paint the picture for you. Paint the picture for you, real deal. You go to pick up your kids from school, and then you got Lucky Charm. She happens to be one of the teachers. She approaches your vehicle. She's like, "Oh, you're here to pick up a kid?" All right. Well, what is the line that you would use? How would you address her? Not even a line, just what is a way that you're going to show her you appreciate what she's putting out?
Yeah, I'm here to pick up my kids. What you doing later? You know, like I'm a there it is. It's the cheesy. I don't go this route ever. ever. So I'm horrible with the pickup lines.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, I'm here to, you got the combo, might as well get the toy. All right, moving over to Earth. Moving over to Earth. What question do you have lined up for him?
All right. What animal or insect are you most afraid of?
Ooh. I think I've overcome my fear of this particular. I think, does an insect count?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right, because there was once I was petrified of spiders. I had a spider that was on top of my bed, and I was so scared. I booked a hotel room for 3 days and stayed at a hotel because I was so scared. And when I came back, it was still there. So then I went and further booked another 4 days in the same hotel. Yeah, so I was petrified. And then by the time I got back from that, I realized that it hasn't moved and it was dead. So I slept there and didn't touch it for about 6 months after that while it was just stuck on the ceiling. So yeah.
I'm like the opposite. I love spiders because they eat all the other little bitty critters and stuff.
Yeah, I got no problems with spiders.
Yeah,
it's snakes that I can't get with, man. Nuh-uh. Keep those snakes away from me.
Maybe I won't be able to pick a guy at all because if they're both scared of my collection. You guys can't even come in my house.
Yeah, she loves exotic animals.
You mean I gotta conquer a fear here? Damn.
There's a tarantula right there.
I like spiders.
Right,
spiders.
So
I said snakes.
That unfortunately was the last round. But give our boys a round of applause. You guys did a good job today answering the questions. And a big old shout out to today's Bachelorette. Make sure to hit everybody with a favorite. Everybody streams here, so definitely favorite everybody on today's episode. But unfortunately, there can only be one. You had Real Deal, who's a father. It's the most important thing going on in his life today. He told us a little bit of the pros and cons on what he likes in a partner, what he doesn't like. He gave us some insight on what taking a person on a relationship would be like. And and we got him out of his comfort zone. He hit us with a pickup line. He hit us with a couple of one-liners. Made us laugh today, told us about his dental work. All right, then we have Earth. Earth is a little bit more on the health and conscientious mind, body, and spirit path. And that's also in line with some of the things that he does for a living. And he told us what his prior relationships, that he has a lot of respect from those relationships and how he carried himself, and also what he's doing now and some of the things that he likes in a relationship. So you got a tough decision in front of you, but you got to make it, unfortunately, or fortunately, but unfortunately for somebody. All right. So without further ado, chat, maybe she needs some help from you guys. Who do you think she should pick?
I do, because I'm with my girls in the chat. Like, how do I choose? Like, if the first time choosing was hard enough, you already told me I can't have 3, and I don't like no very much. But
okay. All right. So while she said, while we give you guys a little bit of time to let her know who she should pick, I'm going to let you know what you missed out on. But you can always tune in next Friday at 11 p.m. Eastern. This is Rate the Date. We had 2 rounds of questions. We had started off with 3 contestants. One was eliminated. Now we are into the bottom half of round number 2, where she's going to make her pick. Her and that person are going to get to know each other off of the app, and they're going to tune back in next Friday at closer to 12 p.m. Eastern time and give us an update. Speaking of updates, we have the last week's winner. We're gonna be hearing from them shortly after. And so, all right. So I only got one question for you, Miss Lucky Charm. Who is going to be today's winner on Rate the Day? Can I get a drum roll, please?
Come on, chat, tell me stuff. Nobody even.
Repeat that.
I'm gonna go with Earth.
Earth, congratulations. You are today's winner. Big old round of applause for Earth. Real deal, baby.
Thank you.
Get in there.
And why Earth? Why Earth?
It was really hard. It was a very, very hard decision, both rounds. But I think I could learn a lot from Earth. Plus, I feel like I'm kind of cheating because I already got the hookup on talking to Real Deal. So.
Oh, okay, all right.
I know him from our streams, so we converses and chat all the time there too. So.
Well, awesome, Real Deal. It was awesome having you. Anything you want to plug before you go? I hope you had a good time.
I had a great time. I appreciate you inviting me. And I've got an auction that I'm running at the end of August. It's a back to school auction. So feel free to reach out to me or Beer Raider because she's helping me with it. And other than that, no, man, we're just doing our thing.
Well, it was awesome having you. And maybe we can bring you back on a future episode where maybe you could be the Bachelor and we can align you up with a couple of different contestants. All right, congratulations. And then there were two. What I want you guys to do is I'm going to make a group chat for both of y'all where you guys get to know each other a little bit more. And then all that I ask is that you guys have fun and that you tune back in next Friday closer to 12 p.m. and give us an update. Sound good to everybody?
Sounds great to me. Thank you very much.
All right, Lucky Charm, is there anything you want to plug before you go?
We can talk about last week.
Oh, yes. So, all right. Yeah. All right. I'm going to ask you then, Earth, anything you want to plug before you go?
Well, I am new to the Meet Me platform. I have come over from POF.
Rest in peace.
Yes, rest in peace. Thank you so much for your condolences. I appreciate that a lot. It is sad times for me. I'm still mourning for the numbers, and I'm mourning for the people that I'm may or may not going to lose. But I do have a couple of things up my sleeve. I'm a great entertainer, so I would love it for you guys to come and check me out. Obviously, I'm not as good as you. This is the first time I'm in here, and I'm very impressed with this show.
Thank you.
And
appreciate the support.
yeah, you've been great. Your audience has been great, and all your contestants have been great. So, having said that, I would love to leave you guys with the possibility of coming to get to know me in my streams, and hopefully we can make this platform as great as this show has been today. So,
well, thank you so much. I appreciate the support, and your words will definitely be sticking with me. And I'll be serious, man. I got to connect with you and definitely get some type of lifestyle advice, or just you seem right up my alley. Brother from another mother, right there. Good pick. Definitely, you decided to drink the Kool-Aid today. Okay. So speaking of updates, all right. So you were picked on our last episode. We had a gentleman of the name of Oscar. And after getting to know a couple of people, skipping out with a woman that, unbeknownst to him, lived like down the street. I wasn't playing. And he chose you. So tell us, you guys have been getting to know each other for a week. How have things been going? Is there a romantic connection? Are you guys better off as friends? What happened?
Well, I think we're better off as friends. We have fun laughing and stuff, but I didn't really feel an emotional connection. He wasn't really feeling it either. So I think we're just going to hang out, and I'm grateful I got to meet him. It was fun.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to keep it a little bit as a surprise with you being the pick and all, so they can stick around. But I hope you had fun today, and definitely congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, until next time, is there okay, you already gave your plug, right?
Well,
do you have anything?
Save me. I don't need to have a big speech. We kept everybody, but I'm outie.
All right, definitely hit her with the favorite. You heard it here, folks. All right, before we go, let me let you guys in on our top gifters from our last stream. You see at the number 1 spot, we have Phoenix. At the number 2 spot, we have Bands. At the number 3 spot, we have Octavia. At the number 4 spot, we have Blue Eye Devil. And at the number 5 spot, we have Blake. So definitely big shout out to our top gifters. And who is our top gifter in this episode? Who is this? Oh, Blue Eyed. Okay, at the number 1 spot. So he's going to be featured on the official Instagram account. And he's going to be, unless somebody beats him within this next couple of minutes. And a big round of applause to our top gifters from this episode.